Image, your beats are so fire.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is still conspiracy time. And of course, I'm here with my two favorite people in the world, and that is Mr. Hendo of the RougPod on his phone because he streams so much this week.
Because he has
8
Comcast.
days. 8 days. Amazing.
That is
Good
amazing.
job.
That's
Straight.
incredible.
Incredible.
I told him he built different, man.
Yeah, he's like the Brodney of streaming.
Nah. I can't. I couldn't stream 8 times in 1 week.
No, you couldn't. 2 times is your limit. 3
That's right.
maybe.
Nah, he's done once. He's done 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's done.
And never again.
Not straight though. Not straight.
Never again.
And of course, Brodney from the LBHT. Yo, what's going on, Brodney? How you doing today, sir?
Wow. I'm doing all right. Yeah. Waiting for that holiday vacation to kick in. The closer you get to it, the longer it takes to get there. But it's all right. Got like a week and a half left. I'll survive. I'm pushing through. Okay.
A week and a half. How many were you taking?
That's what champions do. We're 2 weeks away from Christmas right now.
It's crazy.
So, 2 weeks. My bad.
That's crazy. Shout out to Mr. J. How you doing, sir? Hope you're having a wonderful night.
Jay?
Look, we're starting a little late because I just got from my son's wrestling duel, so we're not going to go too long tonight. We're going to try to get out of here as quick as possible.
Every time you say that, I keep telling you, do not say that combination of words in that order.
Yeah.
That every week you roll in here and you say it.
I know, because I'm trying to will it to existence.
Why?
You're not.
Why not?
You're not trying to will a short stream into existence.
I am, but do you guys want to keep talking and arguing?
Say less.
All right, let's get into some scores around the league.
You're gonna learn
real
quick. The 10 o'clock is petty hour.
Yeah, Hendo's gonna get petty right now. I can tell.
And it doesn't get petty.
He stays petty. Yeah, he stays petty
all the time.
Stay petty so you ain't gotta get petty.
Packers Lions. Lions squeak out a win against the Packers on Thursday night. Saints Giants. Saints pull out a victory over the Giants. Not really a greatest of games. Dolphins Jets. Dolphins get the win in OT. The Aaron Rodgers experiment is probably coming to an end very soon.
Yep.
Deontay Adams could have went to any other team, probably be in the playoffs, but instead he's going to be out of the playoffs. Jaguars get the win against the Titans. How bad was that game that the Jaguars quarterback threw like 2 picks and they still won?
2 of the worst teams. Contraction. That's all I have for those 2 teams. Just get them out.
Vikings beat the Falcons. Sam Darnold out here throwing 5 touchdowns in a game. Woo.
And Kirk Cousins with 0 touchdowns and a couple of picks.
Kirk Cousins being Kirk Cousins. The battle of the Pirates. The Buccaneers beat the Raiders. Seahawks absolutely smack around the Cardinals. Shout out to Brandon Buck. The surprise of the week. The 49ers with CMC on IR, sorry, not ER.
Not a
IR.
surprise.
It was a big surprise. You figured the Bears were going to beat the 49ers, but
I didn't pick the Bears.
we don't know who you picked.
I
So,
picked San Francisco.
Okay.
the shootout of the night between the Rams and the Bills. Rams pulling it out, but with that loss, Josh Allen moves into being favored for the MVP. How does that sit with him?
Just say that sentence again. With the loss, Josh Allen becomes the favorite for MVP.
Yeah. We'll probably talk about that. I know probably LBHC will talk about that tomorrow, but we'll talk about that. Chiefs with their black magic get the win against the Chargers as they sign a kicker, kicks it, and he doinks it off to win the game. Amazing. And Bengals beat the Cowboys. But before we get into our teams, let's talk about that. Josh Allen has 6 touchdowns in total, 3 throwing, 3 rushing, and they lose the game. The next day, odds on Josh Allen winning MVP actually improve. Now, Hendo, you have spoke about Josh Allen. You have spoke about the Bills. I've heard you say it on streams. Should we just give it to Josh Allen so they shut up, or does he actually deserve it?
I thought that they should give it to him so they could shut up, but they've been talking so much. Like, even after Josh Allen plays bad, the first thing out their mouth is Lamar Jackson. They talk about Lamar so much. I think they're envious. They have QB envy. But yes, he played very well. They got down to the 1-yard line. He punched in some 1-yard touchdowns. He's playing well, but he's not playing at an MVP over Lamar type level. But whomever they give the trophy to, they give the trophy to. Ravens fans aren't really worried about it. We're worried about winning the Super Bowl. Bills fans are worried about an MVP because they know the Super Bowl is out there grasp.
Rodney, what about you? I know you just said that's ridiculous. Give me your thoughts.
Josh Allen is having a great year. But he's not having a better year than Lamar Jackson. The thing is, the Bills have a better record than Baltimore, but the problem with going that route for me is that Baltimore beat the hell out of Buffalo when they played them head-to-head. So it's difficult to kind of look at those 2 games and be like, oh, well, they're he's more deserving at that point. I don't know. Like, even with the 6 touchdown game, he still has not scored as much as Lamar. He's got more turnovers than Lamar.
Right.
He's got fewer rushing yards than Lamar. Like, it's Lamar is outplaying him in every way. And I'm not even saying that the margin is wide, right, but Lamar is just better in every way this season. And I know it's got to be eating up Bills fans because last year it was, well, yeah, okay, he doesn't have the numbers, but the team is better, and he's dominating all these top teams. And this year, now Lamar has better numbers.
Now Bills,
but the problem is, like, the Bills aren't dominating top teams. You got smacked by Baltimore. You just lost to the Rams. Like, so it's not really the same conversation, even though it on the surface it appears that way.
Right.
But they're gonna give it to him. Like, they don't want to give Lamar a 3rd MVP, and they desperately want Josh Allen to be the face of this league.
Desperately. And they want to use that narrative of, well, he has a better record. They've only beaten 2 teams with a winning record.
That's what I was going to ask you. Isn't there like he's only beaten 2 teams or something like that?
Right, but they're going to just say, well, you can only play who's in front of you. Whereas last year, Lamar took out the top teams in the league. And when he went up against other MVP frontrunners, he dismantled them. And shut up. And Josh Allen, when he went up against Lamar and had a chance to claim his stake to the MVP, he shat the bed. Like, he had 131 yards, 181 yards. Then he had another game where he played the Houston Texans. He went 9 for 30. They seem to leave out all of these games where they were really subpar. And they just want to go to the ones where he stacked pads. So, it is what it is. It's the MVP.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I personally think Saquon's the MVP. He's played amazing. He has the not only the team accolade, but the stats and he's improved from last year. So personally, I think it's Saquon, Lamar, Josh Allen, but that's just me. Let's talk about Bronny's Panthers taking it to the Eagles. Um, the Eagles they're 11-2, but when I look at their QBs, just 108 yards throwing, you're like, okay, how are they winning games? They're winning off the back of Saquon Barkley, 20 carries for 124 yards. Bryce Young had a decent game, threw a lot though, 34 passes, 191 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Hubbard had 92 yards, one touchdown. Adam Thielen, who we should have traded for, had 102 yards. Rodney, give us what happened?
Deontay's about to be available.
All right.
Sure.
That's
the Ravens are gonna keep a hold of him.
Yeah.
But
to be petty now. Yeah.
Bronny, give us your thoughts on your team, how they played, even though they're 3-10. They have looked better in the last couple of games.
Yeah, Bryce played very well. He had, obviously the interception wasn't good, and he missed a couple throws here and there. But overall, he played really well against one of the top defenses in the league. If old boy from South Kakalaki could catch, they would have won the game. But he can't, so they didn't. The defense. I think the defense has been playing really well considering. The amount of injuries they've had and who they've been going up against these last, 4 or 5 games. They're obviously not the best defense in the league, but I think they've really stepped up and the whole team is playing with a lot more heart. I think that Canales and Young are the guys, and they're in place and they're finally ready to turn that corner and start building back up to being a winning franchise again. I should say they're not really a winning franchise ever, but
but they're going to be able to get a high draft pick, and you're hoping that now with Bryce Young playing a lot better that they can build off this, and they don't have to get a quarterback. They can actually get something that will help them and not have to digress. They can actually progress. And what about you? What did you see for the Panthers this weekend?
It was the perfect game for Bradley. Bryce Young showed immense improvement, especially in the end zone. That one play in the end zone when he avoided the tackler, threw the ball, got a first down. And to me, yes, he had one interception, 191 yards, one touchdown. But if Louisiana Kadarius Toney would have caught that pass, he'd have had 2 touchdowns and well over 200 yards. So part of the team let him down, but we're seeing improvement from him. And I just think that it's the perfect situation. You found your quarterback of the future, but you're losing games and securing your draft position to get him some help, possibly a wide receiver that can catch, other than Thielen.
It's so crazy because he caught the ball, and then he was like, "Let me put it into my pocket." Oh no!
He had both hands on the ball.
Yeah,
I'm like, how did he drop that?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. He took away my excitement for the game. What's up, B? Took away my excitement. He caught that. I'm like, touchdown, let's go. And they're like, incomplete. I'm like, how? And then they showed the replay, and I'm like, that's about right.
If you guys now that you're kind of looking at not having to get a quarterback, Bronny, what is it that you are looking at in the draft that can improve your team and get you start winning games next season? What are you looking at?
Ideally, man, like if the Giants and the goddamn Raiders would get off their ass and win a game or two, they move.
Or the Giants are going to win next week. This week,
up even more.
Okay.
It depends on where they finish. If by some miracle they finish in the top 3, I would like to see them trade down with somebody who's looking for a quarterback, acquire some extra picks because they need a lot of new players coming in. They have a lot of work to do on rebuilding the roster. Where they're at right now, which I believe at this point, I believe they're 5th. I think their best bet is to go after a wide receiver in free agency, like a T. Higgins. Get somebody who is a top tier player, and then in the draft you can take the best player available, which looks like it may be Abdul Carter, the edge from Penn State. I don't know why we keep saying that every year. They keep proving us wrong every year, but he looks like the real deal. Closer to Micah Parsons than Odafe Owe.
That way.
But if not him, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, they desperately need an injection of talent on the defense. They've got Derek Brown coming back off a torn Achilles. J.C. Horn is kind of. I don't want to offend Panthers fans. He's really not that guy. He's a good corner. He's a starting corner, but he's not like your number one lockdown corner like they wanted him to be. So I think that they really – oh, God. I'm still pulling for Amari Barno, Jay. You leave him alone. But I think that, you can pair Mason Graham from Michigan with Derek Brown and have that incredible interior like they used to have with Starr and Kawan Short. Or you can go and you can grab Abdul Carter. He can play multiple positions. And I mean, he's a freak on the defensive side of the ball. But they need to start bringing in some playmakers over there.
Gotcha. Well, we will see. You guys have your next game is against the Cowboys.
Yes,
that should be a win for you guys.
They are actually favored to win this game. The first time they are favored in their last, I believe it's 33 games.
Mm.
So that tells you how Dallas' season is going. But they've got Dallas, Arizona, Tampa, and Atlanta to close out the year.
They can win.
That's that's 4 straight wins.
It better not be. Not at this point. I'll be
four straight wins and again in the playoffs.
They're not going to get in the playoffs. I'll be so angry if they.
Isn't the what is the Falcons? Aren't they like 7-7 or something?
Falcons are
Tampa Bay.
They're the first one more.
Oh, who's Tampa Bay? What's Tampa Bay's record?
Probably like 7-6.
7-6.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you all win the next 4 games and get in the playoffs,
well, they have to lose.
Yeah,
it's not in Carolina's control.
It's
I mean,
it's
they almost lost Sunday. Like,
okay, they've got the Cowboys and the Saints. That's two wins right there.
I mean, they played the New Orleans Saints before. I mean, they played the Raiders.
Yeah, but they played the Chargers.
They beat the Raiders.
But they tried to give the game away, though.
They played the Chargers. They play the Chargers. They play the Cowboys.
No. But they only have 6 losses. In order for Carolina to get in, they would have to lose all 4 of those games. Carolina would have to win all 4 of their games, and then I'm not even sure what it goes to at that point.
Like the great saying from Angels in the Outfield, it could happen.
Right, that would be amazing.
No. If they had beaten Kansas City and they had held on Xavier and beaten the Eagles,
it would be different.
Then they'd be playing for the division. They're not.
I mean,
they're not.
Stranger things have happened.
No, they're not. Stop it.
You would hate that, wouldn't you?
I would hate it so much. I would hate it so much for them to be, a few weeks away from Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter and then win 4 straight and have to grab another goddamn receiver from South Carolina. I hate it so much.
Don't you know South Carolina?
Drafted Xavier Restrepo out of Miami. No.
First of all, I think that's karma.
How is it karma?
You had a little issue with somebody in South Carolina.
I had no issue with South Carolina.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Hendo, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Xavier Legette.
Are there no laws in this country? Y'all can just get out here on YouTube and just lie about anything you want.
I mean,
well, I'm sorry.
There's some people that do that.
Someone was spreading misinformation, and
you corrected them,
and you thoroughly corrected them and hurt their feelings.
I didn't hurt their feelings.
Yeah, you did.
Corrected them
they stopped the stream, Bronny.
Very gently.
They stopped the stream and was like, "All right, I'm not ever going to be the same ever again."
No, he's fine. He was fine then.
It's kind of like the hit on Antonio Brown. It was never the same after that.
He's never the same again. Life. You're the Montez birthday.
Montez Perfect.
Yeah, Montez Perfect of YouTube.
That's not right. That's not fair.
Corrected that man and gave him a
concussion. I'd be very upset if they finish 7-10 for no goddamn reason.
And let's wish it into existence.
Like I'm kind of resigned to the fact that they're going to win at least one more, just because they're playing really. But bro, if you win 4 straight, I will fucking lose it.
All right.
Nothing funny about this.
About his birthday is crazy. All right, let's get into the Steelers. The Steelers played this week. They played the Browns, and I think for 3 quarters had a good game. I think they defensively played great. Offensively, they had to get their stuff together because they were missing their number 1 wide receiver. But other receivers stepped up, made big catches. Russ made some big throws, and we were able to walk out with the win pretty easily. It wasn't really a competitive game. But coming out of this is George Pickens' injury with his hamstring. Now, there was a conspiracy theory, and I know Hendo loves conspiracy theories. He loves them. That George Pickens was actually sat due to his flags and comments made in the media about those flags. But now we have learned that he had an MRI, and his hamstring is a little bit worse than what we thought. So he's probably not going to play against the Eagles, and they're saving him for the Ravens.
They don't want
But yeah, we know you don't want that. Marlon Humphrey don't want that. We know that for a fact.
You better get old boy on the field and beat Philly. You don't want that division coming down to 1 game.
Facts.
I don't think it. I think no. I don't really because if we beat the Ravens, we're fine. Like
no, that's what I said. Coming down to that 1 game, because if they beat you, you are not
that's
fine.
fine. I think so. I think we have a defense that can go on. That can go on the road and win.
I mean,
no, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying as far as winning the division.
Yeah. As far as winning the division,
because then you play the Chiefs and the Voodoo Magic. So
I think the Chiefs might. Well, I don't think it's gonna be 3 straight losses. I think we'll probably go either 1 or 2 or 2-1. But I don't think we're going 0-3. But
you can tell he had not considered that possibility until
right.
No, I didn't. No, I did. Hey, when you live stream on Sunday, you better not lose to the Giants.
Live stream on Sunday.
Yeah. I heard you're having a special guest, and then you got to be a special guest.
Thursday.
I know. And then you got to be a special guest. That's how that works.
I don't got to be a special
It's
guest.
home and home, bro.
I didn't invite him on the stream, so it ain't
home and home.
But Steelers get the win.
Play them away games.
Steelers get the win. They're going into Philly, possibly without a George Pickens. But with the way Philly has looked the last couple of games, I am very optimistic because of our defense.
You shouldn't be. Carolina makes everybody look like that.
But it's not even just Carolina. Like their game before, I believe against who was it? Cincinnati. That
when
with
Joe Burrow ate y'all up.
Was that the one when the Saquon had?
No. I'm talking about the Eagles. Who did the Eagles play against the Ravens? Yeah, they played Baltimore. Jalen Hurts didn't really play well. Barkley had 107 yards. Like I feel like with the Steelers, we can if we can minimize Saquon Barkley. I don't think Jalen Hurts is.
Yes, that wonderful strategy that everybody's been employing of minimizing Saquon Barkley, who has, I believe right now, I think he's right at 2,000 yards or close to it total for the season.
But I think with the
rushing and receiving.
Oh no, he's definitely around.
Watching the Ravens play Barkley. He only had like 40 yards going into, I believe, the half and then even into the third quarter.
But the Ravens had the number 1 run defense in the NFL. No, statistically they do.
Yeah, but they have like the worst passing defense?
No, not anymore, sir. Now they're like 24th.
No, they're still 32nd.
No,
my bad.
You sure?
I checked the other day. They were not 32nd.
Some reason I looked at it this morning. It still said 32nd.
Well, what are you saying they're last in?
Pass defense.
Like no, but I mean yards.
Oh, yards at 23rd, 4th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like 24th. So
24th
Okay,
in
but
yards, 23rd
before we look
points.
ahead to the Eagles game, Hendo, what were your thoughts on the Steelers game?
I mean, it went the way that I expected. The Steelers won 20 straight games at home versus the Browns. Jameis Winston, he's a mixed bag of tricks. Like, you don't know what you're going to get from him. And the defense actually played well. I think that Cleveland kept it close until your defensive tackle got that interception, and that turned the tide of the game. And
That was like in the second quarter.
yeah,
It was
they still kept it close to the second quarter with a depleted team. Like, what do you expect?
no, it was a blowout. I think from third quarter on because we had
they
it was
close
13.
up.
It was 13-7, and then we scored 14 points in the third quarter. Like
I said, they kept it close until
what?
Until that interception, and it turned the tide of the game.
That interception happened in the second quarter. What happened in the third quarter?
It turned. Never mind. Never mind.
It turned the tide, like Days of Our Lives.
I didn't say anything about the Sands.
You know, it's a weird angle seeing him not on a computer.
it is.
Because on a computer he kind of looks chubby, and here he kind of looks just got that skinny face going on. Does that shirt say work, stream, and game?
No, it says work, stream, grind, record.
That's a nice shirt. Where'd you get that from?
It's mine. I've had it on my store since the beginning.
Well,
I've never looked at it.
To plug the store.
Yeah, I was trying to plug it.
And screw that store. I'm hitting a fourth wall and seeing what's going on with them.
Yeah, we gotta get on there. We gotta get on fourth wall, get that moving. Get these people out of here. Get these Squarespace people out of here charging me every month.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I think the place I'm at, I think they're just stealing my money. I think I see people buying stuff, and I look and it's like, oh, no revenue for this month. All right, bet.
But anyway, don't let Suge buy one of those shirts. That's too close to his fighting sweater.
I gotta buy me a new one because my other one's
because it's got the same like the colors and whatnot. It's too close.
You
can't do it.
You know me.
I
like them colors. Brody, what about you? What do you think about the Steelers game?
Yeah, whatever. They played the Browns. Let's not be patting ourselves on the back too hard here. It was fucking Jameis Winston. All right, let's calm it down. Did the Browns and move it over and move on?
Did the Browns beat the Ravens?
They did. They beat Pittsburgh too.
Yeah. Right. And the Browns are going to sweep the Ravens this year.
Maybe
unlikely
if they don't play their starters and they have the division wrapped up. Maybe
still unlikely.
I don't know about Josh Johnson for the win.
I don't know about Jameis Winston for the win either.
But see, that's the thing though. That's the fun going to a Cleveland game. You don't know what you're going to get out of Jameis that day.
Hey, listen. Hey, it sounds like I'm hating on Jameis. Jameis is one of, like I said this about Daniel Jones too, one of the most entertaining players in the league. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Don't know.
And not even week to week, snap to snap. You don't know. Listen. I would have bet everything that I have ever owned or ever will own that Daniel Jones could not run faster than Tyreek Hill. And then my man broke out that 70-yard almost touchdown run. It's incredible.
You don't know.
All right, bro. Hendo. Ravens are on their bye. They're coming back. Perfect timing off a bye. They got the Giants, the lonely Giants. Could be a trap game. We don't know yet.
Okay.
Okay. What it was before.
Yeah. Well, that was when they had Daniel Jones. They no longer have him.
Yeah.
And they had Saquon.
Now.
And they have Saquon. He's not even starting. It's Drew Lock.
I know.
Drew Lock going to lock you up.
First of all, listen. Now, I will say I do think there's a possibility Malik Neighbors can go off. Outside of him,
you think?
The rest of that team ain't doing nothing.
You think Malik Neighbors might be able to get a couple catches on that secondary?
He might be. You never know. We switched everything up now. Supposedly be a brand new defense.
I love it. They come out there like, we only gave up 24 this week.
Right.
Things are looking up.
But the last
126 yards.
The last time we talked about the Ravens, though, we were talking about Deontay Johnson. and now he's suspended, refused to go into the game.
Mhm.
You're coming out this bye week, Hendo.
Mhm.
What should we be looking forward from the Ravens?
A whole lot of Derrick Henry.
Cut off his braids.
Yep, got cornrows. Want to be lighter when he runs over the Steelers.
Yeah, just like
Quicker.
Samson. Now he's just gonna be weak.
Don't say that. I thought that was like, nah, don't do that.
Why would you do that mid-season during your arguably your best season? Don't make changes like that.
You need to feel lighter so you can get quicker.
All
You
right,
got tired of people.
he don't go out there
people
this
grabbing.
weekend looking like Ron Dane.
Oh, don't do that. We're not gonna do that.
They will hang Lamar upside down. They ain't gonna stop the Ravens lose. Might even figure out to drag him through the streets, and John will be leading the charge. Wow.
Oh yeah, listen, the Ravens lose to the Giants. Y'all might not see me for a couple weeks.
Oh, that's just because Christmas, right? You know how you
No.
love Christmas.
No,
He loves Christmas.
I'll be depressed and hiding.
You can't be depressed and hiding when you stream with Yolanda. You can't be doing it. Come on.
I can be depressed and hiding when I lose to Drew Lock in the New York Giants.
Why would that make you depressed when losing to Gardner Minshew multiple times and you're fine?
I mean, it was so much of the season ahead of me that I was like, oh, there's optimism and hope. Now, if we lose to him, it's kind of like, yep, we about to lose to the Steelers. We might
It's
lose to the
fruitcake
Texans.
vegan.
It's over. I mean, it's a wrap.
Thank you, Jay, for these, or even a thing. Okay, it is a thing. I don't think it's vegan. Pretty sure it's got fruitcake.
Yeah, I'm sure it has egg or something in it.
That's how I was going. I think it has
milk.
egg.
I even think it has real fruit in it, to be honest. But it is. What do you want to see out of your Ravens in this game against the Giants and moving forward? Because you had your tough stretch. I believe, where'd you guys go in that tough stretch?
No, we have a tough stretch now.
Well, no, you had your the 10 games.
Now it's our tough stretch. We have 3 games in 10 days. And I don't care who the opponent is. It's 3 games in 10 days. That's the tough stretch. And all I want to see is them come out healthy and beat the Steelers and not lose to the Giants.
Yeah, this is pretty tough. They got the Giants on the 15th, Pittsburgh on the 21st, and then Houston on the 25th. At Houston.
Not really. That's 2-1 right there.
That's 3 games in 10 days, 2 of them on the road.
That's 2-1. We got Philly, Ravens, Kansas City. Jesus.
In 10 days?
Yeah.
Y'all do play Kansas City on Christmas.
Yep.
Both of us on Netflix.
Nice.
Struggling to show the game.
Right.
They're gonna be fine.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be fine.
I hope so.
Neighbors about to have a Jerry Judy type game, huh?
Oh, you know what? Y'all gonna have to beat the Eagles. Because every time y'all play the Ravens, y'all struggle the next game. And you got the world champs coming in, so y'all have to beat the Eagles.
No, not really. They not really. The Eagles and KC game really don't matter if we beat the Ravens. We beat the Ravens, we pretty much have to. Like, if we beat the Eagles, we lock up a playoff spot. If we beat the Ravens, we lock up the division.
Yeah.
So really, the Ravens game is the most important one.
I mean, y'all know y'all lost that, so.
Yeah. Sure. I love when you guys do streams with Ravens fans and you just like overlook the Steelers. Like, okay,
I don't overlook the Steelers. I never.
Dude, I watched you live on stream overlook the Steelers. That's why I made the comment I did. And your co-host and your co-host who I had some choice words from, but I deleted them.
I didn't overlook the Steelers, and I always said
you definitely did. You definitely.
What did I say? What did I say, Suge?
I'm not going to repeat it live on stream.
Because you don't know. Okay. Good.
No, I do know. I do. Why would I not? Why would I say it if I didn't know?
Because you
said a
just
lot
like
of
to
things,
talk.
dude.
Yeah, facts. You just like to
what
make stuff up.
did he say that it made you think he was overlooking the Steelers?
Oh, him and Yolanda were definitely staying stuff, but
What, no,
it's
What did
okay.
I say? What did I say? Because
It's
when they asked me the day before yesterday, I said we were going to lose the game. So what did I say to overlook y'all?
First off, you're not Jose. Stop pulling the double, the Jedi mind trick. Oh, we're gonna lose to the Steelers.
That's Jedi Mac right there.
And that's true. Jedi Mac. You ain't no Jedi Mac. You don't like the Jedi. Humphrey's gonna be the tough guy in guard. There's Slayton while and Stevens are getting baptized by neighbors. And one day,
Wandale ain't never baptized away in his life.
Ever.
All right. A couple things before we get into the pick'ems. Wanted to talk about Bill Belichick, North Carolina's head coach. Thoughts?
Possibly. It's
Possibly.
not a done deal yet.
I heard it was, but okay.
No,
What do you guys think of?
he gave him a book of demands that they have to meet essentially,
Right.
and he said he's gonna hear back from them basically within like the next 24 hours whether they agree to it. But he has agreed to become their coach.
Yes, and he told them one of the conditions was I should be able to enter my girlfriend's dorm room anytime I feel like, no curfew.
No, did he?
No diddy. No hove.
It's not.
That's gonna be the new thing. No hove. Because apparently he doing it too.
A lot of that going on.
Allegedly.
What are you guys' thoughts though? If he is going to go to North Carolina, North Carolina, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a waste of time. He just wants something to do. I still think he could coach at the NFL level, just not be a general manager or have any say on personnel decisions.
That's pretty incredible because you're absolutely correct. Going to North Carolina is a waste of time for anybody.
That is true too. I mean, that is
like not even just Bill. Like it's just whoever took that job. Waste of time. I think he's still coach, and I think he's going to be a surprisingly good recruiter. They say anytime anybody who's ever played for Bill Belichick talks about it, they say he's incredibly engaging away from the media, and all recruiting happens away from the media. I think he'll be able to bring talent in, and I think he's still a great coach. Just like Kendall said, he's not an NFL general manager, but that's not going to be an issue in college because it's very clear who the better players are in college.
Sure.
Very, 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 very interesting. I'm kind of excited. They did a little segment with Tom, Gronk, and your favorite person, Hendo, Edelman. Usher dropping hits. The lyrics that he dropped.
Did y'all see that video of Crackhead Usher?
No.
Okay. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Definitely send it to him though. But they were talking about it, and they were like, we don't see Bill Belichick being a college coach, but apparently he might be one. So could be very, very, very interesting. Real quick story on Hendo's favorite subject, baseball. Juan Soto signed for $7 million to the Mets.
$7 million?
$765 million.
700 million. Okay.
Yeah, 765. Did I say 7 million? My apologies.
Over 15 years.
Over 15 years. Yeah. First off, Ferris is in the chat. He used the Yankees like wow. Just use the Yankees. Yeah, just leave it there. Do you think baseball needs a salary
should not be
cap?
talked about? You're right. Baseball should not be talked about. You're 100% correct.
I'm sorry, Ferris. I meant 7 million. That's 700 million. Do you think baseball needs a salary cap or
no sports needs a salary cap? It's not even like the best team or the teams that spend the most automatically win. Baseball has shown you that over and over that that's not the case. Soccer has shown you over and over that that's not the case. What is the case, though, is if you get competent ownership who's willing to spend, your team can turn around really quickly, which is what people want, right? People hate tanking, They hate rewarding terrible teams or whatever, and getting rid of the salary cap, getting rid of the draft eliminates tanking from your sport altogether. At that point, you just have to scout and convince the best players to come to your team. Also, you should not be able to tell somebody straight out of college, hey, guess what? You're moving to Green Bay for the next 5 years. It's BS. So, no, they don't need a salary cap. Every sport needs to get rid of their salary cap and ideally the draft.
You get to play for the Toronto Raptors. God damn it.
All right, and one thing, we might get into a deep conversation here, but
That's not.
well, we got the Heisman Trophy kind of out there, and the front runner is Travis Hunter, and there has been many posts about him and his fiance, where she did an interview saying that he wasn't her type, but he kind of convinced her, and there's been a lot of alleged. I guess a YouTuber went searching her past and found out she might have been a stripper, and all these things. But they're supposed to be getting married this March. A lot of people accuse her of being a gold digger, telling Travis Hunter to get a prenup. There was fake news that possibly she was pregnant, and people were like, "Oh, she's already got him." Hendo, you and me have been. I don't like to throw your business out there, but you and me have been in relationships. Especially for a young man, that young, wanting to already get married. They've been dating since I believe high school. Now the funny part is a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he should talk to Dion." Dion ran off the field when his ex-wife was trying to walk with their kids at senior day, which is hilarious. But what are your thoughts and kind of just opinion about the whole situation?
I mean, listen, when it comes to relationships and the laws of physical attraction, sometimes you just see people and you're immediately attracted to them. Sometimes that attraction grows over time. You don't know what kind of relationship they have. Young kids like to jump into certain situations really quickly, but I will say, like, not all of it, before he built up the hype in his YouTube channel and all that, she was a part of it. And I'm not saying that she deserves any compensation for it, but she was there before he got super, super, super famous. But also, you have to protect yourself because some of these young ladies know who may possibly come into wealth and kind of hitch their horse to that wagon early on. So if he protects himself, I don't see anything wrong with it. We've all made mistakes, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. But if he feels like she really and truly loves him, go for it. But I will say, make her sign that prenup.
We do know, and Bronny, I'll get to you in a second, but we do know situations like this that have, especially with black men and outside of their race. Kobe Bryant is one of the biggest ones. But a lot of people are upset at Vanessa Bryant right now because she's not helping out Kobe's parents. I know I don't really like to bring them up, or if people like them, but I watched an interesting interview with what's his name? Like it was in my head. I just forgot his name. The doctor, what yells a lot.
Dre? Talk about Umar.
Dr. Dre, no.
The
Umar.
guy's not a doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The guy that's not a doctor, but his name has doctor. He was talking about how Vanessa Bryant kept money from the family. It's not being invested back into the black community. Her parents are suing her because they said Kobe said that he'd take care of them for the rest of their life. She's like, nope. She does invest in a lot of the Mamba academies, things like that. So we have, obviously evidence out there, people kind of point to that, like, hey, she got his wealth and now is not, using it in the black community or his family.
I mean, I'm not trying to take up for her, but you don't know what she does behind closed doors because not everybody advertises their philanthropy. Secondly, as far as the parents go, and I've seen a lot of situations where they've given the family money, but they blew through it because they figured that there was more. And they're just mad that they're not constantly funneling and fueling their addictions and their habits, thinking that, when I run out, I can always come back and get a second handout. So we don't know the whole story to all of this. It's just with the story that they want to tell because they want to get sympathy and they're trying to get something from it.
Well, I do know that they sold Kobe's championship rings. I do know that he gave them the early ones. I think the ones with the Shaq, he gave them to his parents because he was still, close to them. and I have heard they have sold those. So who knows? Like you said, behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. Oh, you're right. Yeah, behind closed doors, you're right.
But
Like
my question was, what was you doing with the money you had from overseas? And the money Kobe probably gave you while he was alive. Like,
what about you, Brandon?
I'm
What do you
saying.
think? What do you think about that and all that?
I think people need to mind their business. Like, no, honestly, you don't know that girl that's dating Travis Hunter that's engaged. So you don't know anything about her. You just see, oh, she's getting married to somebody who's about to get rich. She's a gold digger. You don't know Vanessa Bryant. You don't know the parents. You don't know what kind of people they are. Mind your business. Go take care of your family. How about that? How about get off of Twitter and go see what your kids are doing?
Facts.
It is crazy though to see women make videos about this and like kind of throw shade, and it's like, are you mad because you're not the one?
Of course they are.
Like, and I'm not shaming that, but like, it's crazy to like. I think that's the difference between a lot of men and women. Is like, well, behind closed doors, I get mad about LBHT. I get mad about LBHT's success.
No,
you know, but I won't get on camera and say I hate them.
I'll tell you this: jealousy is not the difference between men and women in any way, shape, or form.
No, men are jealous, but we don't. You don't get on, a social media app and be and like
no?
Smile.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. Point some people that do that.
You're not calling out no names. This is a wholesome show.
Oh, Galaxy Geek. Oh, my bad. Shout out to Galaxy Geek.
This is not a wholesome show.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Brian. People need to mind the business, but that's what we're in the age of social media where people are like gotta give their opinion on everything.
I'm on social media all the time. You know, I look at dad jokes because they're hilarious. I look at videos of animals because they're super cute, and I look at sports news.
Right.
I don't look at celebrities' relationships. I don't care.
Thanks.
You don't care who's dating who?
No. Especially not some 19-year-old kid. Or 20. I'm not sure how old Travis is.
Right.
Who cares?
And like I said, like he also got rich off his YouTube channel that he created with her. So she was a part of his success. So the people that's just kind of like, oh, she's trying to do this and do that, like she's helped build him up. Like she didn't go on the field or do anything like that. But as far as the social media aspect and his social media platform, she helped build that. She's a part of that. So she's earning some money.
Yeah, no, I get that. But Hendo, what do you like when people say like she did the interview and was like, oh well, he wasn't really my type, but he won me over, and they're like, oh, see, she was only in it for free.
You know how many people weren't other people's types until they spend enough time with them and realize you're exactly what I'm looking for. You know how many times somebody looked at
Ferris and you. Remember, Ferris hated you, and then y'all spend time together. And you guys are perfect together.
Yeah. Yes, Ferris. But like and even if you haven't gotten in a relationship, we've all seen people have been in a situation where we had a female friend and she just wasn't all that pleasing to the eye. But the more time you spent with her, the more you got to know her, you was like, I could kind of see myself with her and overlook the fact that she may not be a 10 in the face. And that's all she was saying. Like, I don't normally date guys that look like the Predator. Like, but then she fell in love with him.
What? Damn, who's that a shot at?
Nobody.
He said Travis Hunter looked like the Predator.
No, I didn't. I just said in a situation.
Okay. You saying she got bad eyes, or because otherwise he said Travis Hunter looked like the Predator. I don't really see that. That's all right. But again, yeah, don't get into an interview and answer honestly, because there are people who do nothing but post on social media who are going to take your answer and rip it apart for whatever it's worth, regardless of what they actually believe.
Thanks. And let me tell you, Suge, this is the side that you don't know about your ancestry. Like for some reason, Black women, they love to say, "Oh, look at him get some money and go out there with that white girl," but they don't talk about the time when he tried to talk to her and she turned him down. They don't talk about that part. They just talk about the part where he's with somebody else You didn't want him, a black woman, but then he went to somebody that liked him or wanted to get to know him, and that was an issue. It's always an excuse.
Now I need Travis to say my whole hair like his sister's on the first Predator movie. Yeah, but an interesting story. So just wanted to talk about it. It'll probably Jose will come here and steal that content from me also. Guilty or not guilty. It is that if it's guilty or not guilty comes up, I'm gonna be very upset, Ronnie.
I'm gonna make sure it comes out now.
I know you are. All right, let's do our pick'ems, and we're gonna start off with the Rams.
You don't want to talk about your girl Caitlin?
Question. Nobody wants to talk about that. Question.
What?
Before we what?
Disrespectful.
Never mind.
How you talk to people?
I know that you've been taught better than that.
Who raised you?
Facts.
Nobody. That's the problem.
Exactly. We can tell.
A goddamn shame is what it is.
You know what? Don't look at me like that, Hendo. Okay.
He was looking at the camera, bro.
Facts.
Like anything else, you're kind of projecting onto him.
100%.
What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about
that disappointing father glare that you think he's
giving? Yeah, he gives me every time. Every time.
I just had one question, Suge.
Yes, sir.
Who's winning?
Count up
Who's winning?
the records.
Because if you don't tell me, if you say you don't know, all my picks are pass.
You're winning right now.
Are you telling the truth?
You know he's not. You know he didn't.
You know that I mean, but you know I'm winning. I mean, that's obvious.
Okay. So there we go. It satisfies you.
No. Are you telling the truth?
No.
I have counted up a few weeks, but I didn't get all the way through because I had to go. I was busy.
Oh, so you've been busy for a month?
Well, I've been sick for a week.
You've been busy for a month?
Yes, working.
Everybody works.
You know that thing I do that you don't do? Yeah.
Everybody works. You mean when your girl is like, yeah, he's in there on the couch just laying there acting like he's dying. You mean that?
There you go.
Your Twitch message is, I know you saw this. Don't act like you didn't.
Right.
We see every time you log on.
How about that?
That was late at night though. What do you want to talk about, Caitlin, Bronny?
Nobody.
You didn't see the interview she did?
No, you prologue in the stream. That's supposed to be short.
Well, it's too late now. It's already 52 minutes, so might as well keep it going. I did see the interview. I read a lot of comments. It's kind of funny because she said what she said, and then people are like, well, why didn't she say this before? And then you have other people saying, oh, Caitlin's woke now. I'm not going to watch the WNBA. I was like, sure.
I know. I just thought it was interesting that when she came out and was like, people aren't targeting me. You shouldn't be making these comments towards Dejanay and Angel and all that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you didn't want to talk about Caitlin anymore.
Right.
No, because I think
she's talk about Caitlin every week.
She's being, you know what? As a Caitlin fan, she's just bending the knee, and I'm over it. I'm done. I'm gonna go to Paige Beckers now. She's the go.
No, you don't want to go to Paige Beckers if you don't like what Caitlin's saying right now.
No. I mean, but
she did say this.
Caitlin was right. Like, I don't think people were targeting her. I think people were playing really hard.
You argued with me that people were targeting her.
100%.
I think people were targeting her in the fact that
she's
how can I say? Well, yeah, no, but competitively. No, but you could tell when somebody's like, yo, I'm gonna play super hard, and if I get a good shot in, I'm gonna take it. That happens.
They do that against a lot of players.
They do, but
you
like
but when it happened to Angel and she got knocked out of the air, you just was like, oh, that's a good foul.
No, I did not do that. First off, I said that to mess with Rodney. Secondly, it happened like one time.
He said, no, I didn't say that. I said that to mess with Rodney.
I did say that to mess with Rodney. Because I know how to get. Rodney knows how to get under my skin, and I know how to get under Rodney's skin. But
it's like cocaine, a hell of a drug.
It is. Oh, let me look at my keyboard real quick. No, I mean, like, she had a good interview, and I think people. I do agree with how I just people were just like, "Oh, why didn't she say this before?" And it's like, you know,
She did a little bit.
she did a little bit, yeah.
But y'all didn't want to hear it.
Why do you keep saying y'all?
Because Suge was sitting in the back. White power.
I do a show with two black
That
men.
was a spot on impression. I mean, my God.
I do a show with technically one.
He channeled Clayton Bigsby I can't even believe right there.
Facts.
Well, I technically do a show
Kudos
with
to you, sir.
one and a half black men because Hendo's Dominican, Rodney's half.
First of all,
I'm a quarter.
First of all, slave masters used to sleep with slaves. What are you saying?
The what?
Never mind. Some people like their cucumbers pickled.
Sure. What the hell does that mean? What? Well, what'd you think about it, Rodney? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, I didn't read it. I don't care. Like,
You didn't read it? Okay.
No, I read a few of the quotes. I didn't read the entire thing.
Okay.
But no, I mean, obviously she was right in what she was saying, and I think that, I think she probably waited until now to say something because I don't really want to address this that much during the actual season when I'm trying to, learn how to be a WNBA player, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is nice for her to come out and tell that portion of her fan base to shut the hell up.
I mean, she said, "I've earned everything I've done," so it's like I've earned it. But like, yeah,
nobody said she didn't earn the things that she got. It's just there's that rather large portion of her fan base.
Yeah. But a lot of people were pissed about it. A lot of people were pissed.
Yeah, good.
I'm sure Suge didn't like that.
Maybe they'll stop watching the WNBA now.
They won't.
I'm not. I like the WNBA. Want to see how this Valkyrie team does now. I didn't. I watched some stuff on Kate Martin the other day, and she's gay, and that was actually pretty cool.
After you were slandering her to prop up your girl.
Slandering Kate Martin.
Yeah, you were talking about she ain't had no teammates at Iowa.
Right.
Kate Martin. Well, is Kate Martin a teammate? We don't know.
Yes.
Kayla's back kind of hurt because she be carrying everybody. But
did you hear what she said about college? Playing in college.
What was she say?
She said the players and the coaches are too stupid to guard her properly. She didn't say it in those exact words, but she said that it's low IQ, and they wouldn't play defense against her properly, and a lot of them were never going to play a basketball game again in their life, and it's so much different in the WNBA. People like, yeah, no, in college, the players and the opposing coaches are just low IQ.
Yeah. Wow. I want to see what supposedly someone said. I saw that she took a shot at Chrissy Sites. So I kind of want to see what she said about her.
I didn't say. I don't know.
That's in 2 years. She's only a sophomore. She got at least another 2 years, homie. Out here beating St. Joseph's.
She gonna break Caitlin's record, and then nobody's gonna care.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a meaningless record.
I don't know.
She's already ahead of the pace after their freshman year.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, we know you don't.
If she stays all 4 years, she gonna break it.
Paige, it's a rumor that Paige might stay her COVID year now. Not to go to the Valkyrie because she wanted to go to the Sparks.
Because she wanted to go to the Sky.
No, Sparks.
To the Sky.
Nobody wants to go to the Sky.
She said she wanted to go to the Sky.
She does want to go to the Sky though.
She wants to go to the Sky.
She said she wanted to play with Angel Reese.
But she ain't going to LA next year either. So like LA is going to be much better next year.
All right.
We'll see.
With Rakea and a full season of Cameron Brink, they're going to be much better. They're not going to be picking first.
All right, let's get into these pickups so we get out of here because Hendo looks irritated. He's got some big streams coming up with Yolanda. So let's get him out of here. Rams versus 49ers, Hendo.
Pass.
Rams versus 49ers, Hendo.
I told you, if you didn't tell me who was leading,
I told you you're leading right now. I haven't finished counting. You're leading.
So if you haven't finished counting, then I'm not winning.
Yes, you are. From what I counted up so far.
All right.
I have the paper right here.
Give me whatever Bronny says.
This is true. I agree, because why the hell did the LSU coach just sit and watch Van Leaf get set ablaze like Joan Arc?
Haley Van Lith is out there tearing it up at TCU.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, another thing.
Can't wait to not see her in the WNBA.
100%.
Why you gotta do her like that?
Hey, isn't that back up?
Hendo, Rams 49ers.
Whatever Bronny says.
Hendo, you need to
Rams
participate.
49ers.
Oh, so you want me to do my job, but you don't have to do yours.
I haven't had time.
Are you really? Really? So when you're on Twitch. Oh. Give me the
Yes, I'm trying to make my
Rams.
money.
Give me whatever. Give me the Rams.
I don't get no support from you.
Yo, I'll be in there. I just don't comment all the time. And then when I do comment, it's like, hey, what are you doing? Whatever. Get out of here.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about sending me money. I send you money all the time. You can't send me some? You making all that? Are you making that Yolanda money now and all of a sudden you can't share? Greedy mom. Greedy mom.
You got like 7 members on their stream earlier.
Right? And people just donate. People just donating. People just donating to Hendo. Can't share the wealth.
Oh, word?
Can't share that generational wealth with me.
I didn't say that, Hendo.
I already know who it is. It's not the first time he said it. Not gonna be the last.
On that note, I'm gonna take the Rams because Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
That's Jay. Crazy money out there.
That's almost like that Jay late night money.
Facts.
That's not money.
Or did you say Jay late night honey?
Just like that.
Jay don't make his money online, Hendo.
Jay don't make his money in currency.
That's where he makes his appointments.
You know where Jay makes that money? He makes that. And wow, he makes it off the Hot 2 Girls coin.
Oh.
Hendo already won that. He's around haters ball. I don't like this. Give me
I'll take the Rams also. Bronny, Commodores versus the Saints.
Gotta take Lionel on the boys, man. Like the Saints are awful, and Derek Carr's out. Nah, take it. Washington.
Give me the commies.
I will also take the Commodores. Chiefs versus the Browns. Hendo.
Chiefs.
Rodney.
Luck runs out. Taking the Browns.
I'm gonna take the Browns also. Rodney. Bengals versus the Titans.
Gotta take the Bengals. Just because. It's because it's the Titans.
Hendo.
Give me the Bengals.
Hendo. Dolphins versus I'm taking the Bengals also. Dolphins versus the Texans.
It's kind of a tough one right there.
That
the second best quarterback from last year's draft going up against a revitalized Tua.
I'm going. Give me the Texans.
Rodney.
Give me the number 1 quarterback.
Taking Miami. I'm taking Miami to win out and try to force their way into that playoff party.
I will also take the Dolphins. Rodney, Ravens versus the Giants.
I desperately want to pick the Giants here, but John Harbaugh, I'm not trying to be unfair to anybody. John Harbaugh's teams are great after the bye. He does nothing but win after the bye, and it's the Giants and it's Drew Lock, and Baltimore's going to win.
I know.
Be more.
I will also take Baltimore. Hendo, Jets, Jaguars.
Yuck.
Jets.
Rodney.
Jaguars all day.
Jets.
Corporal
I would
Jones?
take the Jets.
Aaron
Rodney,
Rodgers?
your Carolina
300
Panthers
yards.
versus
For
your
the first time
Carolina
in 3
Panthers
years.
versus the Cowboys.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take Carolina in this one. Dallas is an absolute mess. And I think that Chuba Hubbard's going to have a big day. I think Bryce Young is going to continue his resurgence, and they're going to get the win over Dallas.
Hendo.
Carolina.
I'll also take Carolina. Hendo, Chargers versus the Bucks.
Chargers.
Rodney.
JK's still out, so I'm going to take Tampa.
I'm going to take the Chargers. Rodney, Colts versus the Broncos. Isn't that like the same thing? Like a
Broncos have been en fuego.
No. No, isn't a Bronco? Yeah, it's a Colt.
Horses.
Yeah,
horses.
The Colts are younger, though, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Who are you taking?
I was thinking about it, and then I got all derailed. I'm going to take Denver and the Bo Nix Express there.
Hendo.
Denver.
I will also take Denver. Hendo. Cardinals versus the Patriots.
Cardinals.
They damn well better beat the Patriots. Like, I don't even want to think about this one. They had better beat the Patriots.
Better beat the Patriots.
I'm going to take the Patriots
Of course.
in this one. Rodney, Bills versus the Lions. Does the MVP get back on track?
Lions win, and Josh gets another bump in that MVP race.
Hendo.
Lions.
I will take the Lions. Hendo. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Eagles.
Rodney.
I'm actually going to take Pittsburgh in this one. I think Philly's due for a loss. I think that they're a very, very, very talented team, obviously. But when we joke about it all the time, Jalen Hurts being a fraud. I don't think he's not a bad quarterback, but he's not an upper tier quarterback, and I don't think he's going to get it done when they need him to in this game.
I'm going to also take my Steelers. Rodney, Packers versus the Seahawks. That was a good game.
Packers are going to lose. Taking Seattle.
Hendo.
Fraud, Geno Smith. Give me the Packers.
I'm going to take Seattle.
Very rude.
Hendo.
Fraud.
Monday night, Vikings versus the Bears. This might be a blowout.
It's going to be a close game, but I'm going to take the Vikings.
I'm going to take the Vikings. It's not going to be close at all.
Not at all. And it's a doubleheader on Monday. Why? Don't know. We got the Raiders versus the Falcons. Hendo.
Really could have just said no to that one.
Facts. Raiders.
Rodney?
I'm going to take the Falcons. I mean, I don't even know. Was it Desmond Ridder revenge game? Definite Falcons win.
All right, and I am going to take the Raiders. All right, that's going to be it for us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday. Make sure to check out these guys' streams. Their information's in the Discord, in the description. Appreciate all of you guys. Have a good night.
Image, your beats are so fire.